Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A little update from Ukraine. The Russians launched a relatively massive missile and drone attack on Ukraine last night from the 2nd to the 3rd of August 2025. Why they say relatively large or massive is because if you compare it with 500 drones and missiles, this guy is about 76 drones plus 7 missiles pales in comparison. So that's the first one. The damage, they hit 8 locations: Kyiv, Kherson, Mykolaiv, and not only, they hit a bridge in Kherson by the Dnipro River. Then they also hit a Lithuanian warehouse, aid, not weapons, just aid in Kiev. And then the Ukrainians hit another oil depot in Sochi in Russia. So these are the main topics for this video. So let's start with the attack. Nowadays you can't call it massive, even though, just because you compare it with previous ones. Ukrainska Pravda. Russia launches 76 drones and 7 missiles, hitting 8 Ukrainian locations. The Russian military attacked Ukraine with 83 aerial weapons, namely 76 drones, an Iskander-M ballistic missile, 5 S-300/S-400 anti-aircraft guided missiles, and a Kh-22 cruise missile on the night of 2 to 3 of August. The Air Force reports that 60 UAVs and an Iskander-M missile were shot down or suppressed by electronic warfare. I don't think this guy can down Iskander-M. I think they can maybe destroy the Iskander-K, but not Iskander-M. But nevertheless, let them say whatever they have to do. The air attack was repelled by aircraft, anti-aircraft missile force, electronic warfare units, unmanned systems, and mobile fire groups from the defense forces of Ukraine. 6 missiles and 16 drones hits were recorded at 8 locations, and the fall of drone debris in 2 locations. The same thing comes from Ukrinform, maybe with one extra, which is, where are they? They tell us the time. The same 6 missiles hit, and this is where they were launched from. This is the only thing that we need to know here extra. So they say they were launched, the UAVs, from Shatalovo, Kursk, Milerovo. So Shatalovo, Kursk, Milerovo, Shatalovo right here, Kursk right here, and Milerovo, so northeast of Ukraine right here, and Milerovo is exactly where my strong hand is, exactly here. So this is Milerovo right here. So these three locations for these drones. So east, northeast, and north. Let's see where these guys launched the missiles from. One is Iskander-M ballistic from Bryansk region. So the Iskander-M was launched from Bryansk region, so north. Then we have 5 S-300, S-400 surface-to-air guided missile launch from the Kursk region. So the S-300, S-400 from Kursk. So Kursk is right here. So this is the S-300, S-400. This is Iskander-M, the drones north, northeast, and east. And we have the other one, Kh, right? And the Kh-22 cruise missiles launch over the Black Sea. So these are from the vessels and submarines in the Black Sea, which is in the south, right here. So from here, somewhere here, the Russians still have a fleet. Again, I don't think they tell us here what they struck, but nevertheless, we have Russia launches drone attack on Ukraine overnight. Explosions reported in Kyiv and Kharkiv. Again, this is from today, August 3rd. So Kyiv and Kharkiv, where are those located? Kharkiv is right here, the city, and Kiev, the city, exactly here. Kharkov, that's how or I'm not going to say Kharkiv, and I say however I want. Kharkiv, goddammit. Alright, so Kharkiv and Kiev. Next. Russians attack Kiev with missiles. Then we have Russian drone attack destroys Lithuanian humanitarian aid warehouse in Kiev. So poor people don't have bread anymore. But before that, I read another article where they said, I can't remember where I read it, they said that Mykolaiv was also hit in the south, probably with the Kh-22s right here. Remember, there's going to be a bridge hit in Kherson, so this too was also hit. So as of now, we have Kiev, Kharkiv, Kherson, and Mykolaiv, as far as I read from their reports. All right, so why Lithuanian? I suspect something is going to happen in respect to Lithuania. It was 2 days ago where I reported on a piece of news where the Lithuanians claim that a Russian drone from Belarus entered Lithuania, and they took a picture of it and they showed it to everyone and so on. And now let me show you where Lithuania is, and I think Lithuania will be activated like other baboons, like Romanians and others. So here is the map of Europe. I'm sorry, I like it I like the maps to be with topography, so I can see where is what, not just I don't know, like empty. I don't like that one. So here is Lithuania. Here is Belarus. This is Ukraine. Estonia wants a bloody nose for some time, Latvia from time to time, and Lithuania definitely. But Lithuania feels protected. You see, to get to Lithuania, you can get only from here, which is Kaliningrad. Otherwise, you have to go through Belarus, or you have to go and take these two. So why not? That could happen in an hour and a half. I mean, I don't know how much would a tank take from here to here, but nevertheless, probably this, I know this is 60 kilometers right here. So if this is 60 kilometers, let's say 60 miles per hour from here to here would be 60, about, let's say 5 hours. 5 hours of driving a tank from here would get to Lithuania. Got that? And I'm being very generous. I can use airplanes and others, or from here a little landing. But nevertheless, we have NATO here. So something is going on with Lithuania. Now, it was the coincidence that these guys destroyed a humanitarian. And they show us, right, a humanitarian. What is that? I don't know, it's already burned. A Russian drone strike destroyed a warehouse belonging to Blue Yellow, a Lithuanian humanitarian aid organization for Ukraine, during a large-scale attack on Kiev on the night of 30 to 31st. Well, if you are so concerned with that, I would like you to be so concerned, even more concerned with what those idiots are doing in Palestine, let's put it this way, in Gaza. As noted by the organization, their Kiev warehouse was completely destroyed as a result of the attack. Neighboring buildings were also seriously damaged. So these guys seem to be, you see, the Russians are very, very good, supposedly, at destroying humanitarian warehouses, kindergarten, hospitals, schools, things like this. But somehow when they want to hit military targets, they can't, because we are too good militarily. Someone made a comment on one of my videos, why don't I understand that people, the Ukrainians, I'm not talking about Kiev right now, but talking about other cities that the Russians flattened, why I don't understand that people defend their territory in the cities. And he gave me 2 examples from the antiquity. And yeah, it's true, they did at those times, and because I always use the example of an open city. My point is this: if someone attacks you and you want to defend your city, because somehow these guys want your city, then if you fight inside the city, the bad people that already designated, they're gonna fuck you up there anyway. So my point is always fight somewhere else, before the city. You decide to fight in the city. Now, and you say, well, protect them. They've already been evacuated. People were evacuated. And I give the example of, for instance, Paris in the Second World War was declared an open city. So the Germans did not flatten it. So not only the architecture, and the French did what? Were they supposed to defend France in Paris? So are you supposed to defend, how should I put it, Ukraine in Mariupol or Bakhmut inside the cities? Is there where you are? Is there where you defend your cities? My point is, I also hold them accountable for the destruction and flattening of these cities for people who decide to fight in that. I mean, they should be, yeah, it's true, but these guys are not coming over there for the city. You decide to fight in the city. If you would go out of the city will be unharmed, I would say, unless you think these guys are going to come like the, I don't know, like the Huns or something, or maybe, I don't know, like the Americans in Vietnam with napalm and shit, or maybe, I don't know, they could drop an atomic bomb as the good old Americans did, right? So anyway, that was the point with that. So here, these guys seem to be very successful, always successful in hitting civilian targets, but the military targets, no. But somehow they just flatten everything. I mean, I'm not saying that this thing is not somewhere in the middle, but obsession with the Russians flattening anything, why don't they use a nuclear weapon on Kiev today? Boom. And that's it, man. They took it. Why do they have to, if they're so bad, why do they have to work so hard, have so many casualties in taking cities, like right now is Pokrovsk? Why do they just boom, 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 like the Americans solved the problem, American way? Use an atomic bomb. Why don't they use the American way? And they save their boys' lives, and they will definitely shorten this war. So another idiotic argument. But anyway, let's move on with these guys. It's just a humanitarian. If you know something about war, you understand that the rules of engagement are no rules of engagement. Got that? Yeah, the media tells you what? Who do you think reports to the media? The military spokesperson comes in front and say, today the military did this, and then the communique, and the other guys give you a communique. Do you think the Americans and other countries that are looking at this and they give a communique, they don't give it based on their interest? That's exactly how they give it in the interest. Tomorrow, the Americans can confirm that the Russians attacked that depot or whatever it is. They can confirm it. Is it true? Can you verify? No. They can say whatever they want. They can also say that, I don't know, Epstein killed himself. What are you going to do? Take it deep. And now his sidekick is going to be pardoned. Or maybe, going to be in a program where she's going to say everything and she's going to just get out free. And this is America, the land of the free and the brave and justice. All right, I'm going to make a video on that one. And let's go to the, I was about to say the Sochi. The Russians hitting a Kherson road bridge with airstrike for second time. Here, this is it. Russians hit Kherson road bridge with airstrike for second time. They show us everything like we don't know where it's at. I want to show you on the map. Oh my God. But this is just the explosion. Everything is blurred. Okay. Russian forces have once again struck a road bridge in Kherson. So they say attack Kherson. They don't say anything, but they say here, the previous evening, Russians had already attacked the bridge connecting central Kherson with the Korabel residential district. And then they said this, and then this is a Korabel residential district. So I found that little thing on a micro district, Korabel Pakazaka, and from there I went, because they give you the coordinates right there exactly, I went right there. And this is the Korabel, because this is the rail station, the railroad, which is right there. So from here, it's easy to go a bit here, and there you have it. Oh my God, it was so complicated to fucking find it. Anyway, why? Because this is the district right here, and this is the Dnipro River. In the big scheme of things, let me show you Kherson, and I'm going to show you more. So Kherson, that bridge over there was blown up. That's over there, because this is the district. And this is the river. I'm going to zoom out, and this is the Black Sea here. So this is Kherson, and I'm going to show you this one, which is clearer. But as I said, I don't like this one too much. It's right here. This is Kherson. This is the bridge in that area over there. In a big scheme of things, by Crimean Peninsula, by the Black Sea. Right over there. And then we have the last topic here, the last report. Drones strike old depot near Sochi, sparking large fire. And this is the Adler. Adler means eagle in German. In Krasnodar Krai. So drones attacked an oil depot in Russian city of Adler, Krasnodar Krai overnight, August 3rd, igniting a fire on a site, according to Russian telegram channel Astra. Where is that located? This is Sochi right there, and this is Adler district. And this area right here, they claim. And the big scheme of things is right by Georgia, and it's the Black Sea right here. It's the Black Sea, this is Georgia, right there. This is baboons in Romania, this is Ukraine. Well, this is where the drones attack. Now, the attacks on, this is my take on this, and why? Because from a mind of, I don't want to say military, but a mind of a war, these guys are attacking. In this case, you get, yeah, I destroyed their sources of energy, the depots, so they cannot use it for, I don't know, whatever weapons they use, you know, in airplanes and vessels and who knows, tanks and so on. Yeah, that makes sense. But the problem is, I think it's also an order coming from the Western guys who actually want these guys destroyed so they can compete on the market. That's another one. If Russia tomorrow doesn't I don't know, sell, let's say, natural gas, you can't do it, or oil, someone else will. Who do you think that would be? Someone who before could not compete. All right, my friends, here it is, a short update on Ukraine. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.